hey, this is a really hard rock.
If you find a harder rock, this hard rock is free.
They've just got a lot of players they've got to go out and find and develop and get them to the point where they can complement Patrick Mahomes to the point where they can get back to a Super Bowl, because it's never about one guy. One guy gets the credit, but it's never about one guy.
It was a position of need, especially after losing Trent McDuffie to the Rams when you moved him away. I understand that, but I'm going to still disagree because I think they need more help on offense for Patrick Mahomes.
So World of Matchups is here today. We're going to break down the Kansas City Chiefs schedule. It has dropped. Everybody has been excited about it. There have been some leaks, and it's finally come to fruition. We're going to start week 1 with the home opener versus the Denver Broncos. This is always a highly contested matchup. The Broncos had our number last year in a big way. Chiefs kind of fell apart. They always fall apart when it's time to play the Broncos for some reason the last couple of years after beating them 15 straight times. Broncos fans are kind of pissed that this game is going to be in Kansas City. Look, the bottom line is just going to be Patrick Mahomes is starting week 1. We all know this, and Patrick Mahomes is the biggest draw in the National Football League. Maybe you did get hosed, but you are not getting this game over Arrowhead Stadium under the lights. I think that the Chiefs can win this game. I really do. I think they know they need to win this game. I think they have to realize that a lot of tiebreakers and such later in the season will be wrapped around this game, and so they're going to bring everything they can. This is for all intents and purposes for week 1. This is almost like a playoff game, Spencer. They have to have week 1.
Yeah, I was going to say the Chiefs have a lot more questions than Patrick Mahomes. Like, that is not the number one question plaguing the Chiefs this year. I mean, they were bad with him until he tore his ACL. I mean, they had a horrible season. So this is such a huge test for them, because if they win that game, it changes everyone's perception. Because, I mean, I think the Broncos would have gone to the Super Bowl last year if Bo Nix didn't break his ankles. So this will be this is huge, man. It's like a playoff matchup week 1 for sure.
It's a big one, and I think the difference maker will be KW3. The Chiefs were bad last year for one reason and one reason only, because two reasons. One, they just refused to run the ball because they didn't have the personnel, and 2, they just could not protect Patrick Mahomes. Running the ball protects Patrick Mahomes, guys. Eric Bieniemy being back in Kansas City means everything. They are going to have such a concerted effort running the ball this year. It's going to be like the team that went to the Super Bowl and won it in 23 when they just ran Pacheco to death. And Pacheco sucks. Now you have a Super Bowl MVP in that backfield. Watch the Chiefs still win one at home. Next week, they are home, and they have the Indianapolis Colts, a tale of 2 quarterbacks coming off major injuries. I'm not a big fan of the Colts, but they do have firepower. They do have Jonathan Taylor, and they have an underrated defense. They can run the ball. I'm giving the Chiefs this win as well, though. I really am. I think the Chiefs are going to be better than people think. I think a lot of people want to write off the Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes is a man possessed at getting back on the field. Guys, you have to drag Patrick Mahomes off the field. I mean, he has Wolverine's blood. The guy is going to come back from a major injury, an ACL tear that usually takes over a year. He's going to come back in under 9 months and start, and I think he's going to play well because they got a running game now. I don't trust
the Colts are in trouble, dude. The Colts are in trouble.
I don't trust the Colts anywhere. Week 3 at Miami. There's not much to say about this. Miami is not a good team. They're going to be doing a live tank. Nobody believes in Malik Willis. Stack the box against Devon Arshon, and
they're really so stupid for their plan
double digits. Oh, they're stupid. Period. The Miami Dolphins are not a good team.
Like,
they got rid of Jalen Waddle. They're just done,
dude. Honestly, like, what they did makes literally no sense. Why even bring in Malik Willis? What's the point? Just run with their rookie quarterback who played a good amount of the idea is that you're going to replace him. Like, that's fine. And it's like, okay, when you bring in Malik Willis, you're bringing in like the top free agent quarterback, so to speak. And then you just trade away the best wide receiver and you don't really replace it with anything. It's like, what is the overall goal here? They're paying more people that are not on their roster right now than they are that's on. Like, just commit to it. Get your books clean and then go for it. Why sign Malik Willis to this like pretty not fairly lucrative
He's
deal. If we're being
he's
honest.
making money. Yeah, I mean, it makes no
Weird,
sense.
man. They're going to be
think
terrible.
The Chiefs are going to lose to a team that's actually paying more players
Actually,
that are off the
they're
team
stupid,
than on the
man.
team. They're one of the dumbest franchises in the National Football League.
Crazy.
I'm chalking that up. I think the Chiefs go 3-0 here, and then they head to Vegas. They come here. My favorite game of the year. I go all the time. I love it here because it's Arrowhead West. Tons of Chief fans here in Las Vegas, and I think we win that game too. I think it'll be a highly contested matchup, as it always is. But I think the Chiefs will be 4-0 going into a bye week. Now, I think the NFL really did the Kansas City Chiefs a disservice and a favor at the same time. So we'll start with the favor because these are very winnable games. The Bronco game will be tough, but it's in your building week 1. Your fans will be like Braveheart out there, and I think they will will the Chiefs to the win. I'm not really that worried about Miami, the Raiders, or the Colts. So now you get the early bye. We take a look at 4 games worth of work with Mahomes out there. Where can we get better? How's the reconstruction surgery? How's the run game? We get a week off early. I don't like the early bye week, but in this case, I'm okay with it based on your best player of all time is coming off a monumental injury. Let's see how his body reacts to 4 games. We come out of the bye to the Chargers. I'm going to give them a win here too, man. Andy Reid coming off a bye is house money. Now, they're going to lose one of these games probably, but I think that they can beat the Chargers team at home coming off a bye week. The next, they're at Seattle. This is where I think they're going to lose this game. They don't play well at Seattle. They never have. I don't think they ever will. Mansour Delane on JSN. I don't know. You know what I mean? JSN is a top 3 wide receiver in this league, man. And the 12th man, they're a real deal. Their fans are going to be there. They're Super Bowl champions. That's going to be a tough game for them to win. And then following week, they go to Denver. I could see them losing that game too. After beating the Denver Broncos 15 straight times, they have had a hard time dealing with this team. Bo Nix is better than people think. Bo Nix is better than people think, Spencer. Bo Nix is a very good quarterback. This is a team that would have gone to the Super Bowl. This is a team that could have won the Super Bowl, and they are destined to run it back. They feel like their window is wide open, and they're going to go for it. After coming off 2 losses, they head to New York to take on the Jets, Jets. I think they will smash the Jets. I think Geno Smith is bums. I think the Jets are in the right direction, going in the right direction, but I don't think Aaron Glenn is the driver of the bus. I think they need to get a real coach in there that can help them get to some sort of real relevancy.
He's going to have impossible standards to live up to this year, dude. I think Aaron Glenn is in the most losable situation of any coach, dude. Doesn't surprise me. I don't know, man. I don't want to go down the road I was thinking of, but he's not going to really get a fair shot. He's just a placeholder, man, and they're not putting him. They're not putting him in a position to win. If like that, they're doing a great job, like GM wise, but you can just tell they're like, all right, man, we're going to build up this team a little bit. You're going to inevitably disappoint because there's nothing you can do,
and then we're going to fire you.
Yeah.
Yep. He's just keeping it warm, man. He's not really a good coach. He's more of a rah-rah guy. I can't see the Chiefs losing to the Jets, even though the Jets had a nice draft. Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon Sadiq. I still don't see it.
He's just keeping the seat warm, man.
That's it, man. The Chiefs are going to be better than people think. I will be absolutely shocked if the Chiefs win 6 games again this year. I just don't see it. You're wasting the prime of Patrick Mahomes again if that happens. Following week, they go to Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta is a very good team. They're one of the most poorly run teams in the whole entire National Football League. They've got 2 left-handed quarterbacks. Both of them suck. If you can shut down Bijan Robinson and Drake London, you'll be in good shape. Kyle Pitts is on again, off again, and the defense is not that good. The Chiefs have beaten this team in Atlanta very recently.
The Falcons are a very interesting team, man. I don't know what you're going to get out of them. I don't know.
Not good.
I don't know.
They're the most bipolar team in the National Football League.
I wonder if Stefanski can be the difference maker. They have so many good pieces on their team, dude.
They do, but they just don't know how to put them together. They don't know how to put them together. And they're going to get Bijan Robinson killed. They are.
I don't know, man. I think Stefanski's a good matchup for them, like coach-wise. I think they could make more noise, than people think.
It remains to be seen, but I think that's going to be a
good game.
There.
That'll be a good game. I think the Chiefs will win, but I think that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I think it'll be close. I don't think the Chiefs are blowing anyone out this year. Anybody. The Chiefs are going to win a lot of these games by 7 points or less. They really are, and I think that's going to be one of them. Even the one that they'll play the following week in Week 11 when they're home versus the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't trying to win, so that's a W in and of
They
itself.
want Manning, dude.
They're tanking for a QB. So this is almost like a mini bye. You know what I mean? So
seriously.
to speak. Because if the Chiefs can get up on this team, they're not going to have a shot at winning. Because I know Jacoby Brissett, has a nice relationship with Trey McBride and MHJ. Their offense is pretty decent, but and now they got Jeremiah Love, but like their defense is not good at all, man. I would not have taken Jeremiah Love. I'm just going to come out and say I would not have done that. You are trying to build for the future. You need help everywhere. You have decent running backs. Now you have 4 running backs. You're going to cut 2 of them unnecessarily when you could have had good defensive player. Makes 0 sense. Chiefs W at home. Then Thursday Night Football, Thanksgiving Day, the tryptophan kicks in. Everybody is ready to pass out, drunk, high, the whole 9. Here comes Josh Allen and the Kansas City Chiefs on primetime football in Highmark Stadium. I absolutely think that the Bills win this game. The Chiefs have not shown me anything in the last couple trips to Buffalo that have me thinking on any level that they can beat this team in their building. It's been a while. Patrick Mahomes has only had 1 regular season win versus Buffalo in Buffalo. And it was probably the first time they played before this rivalry really got it.
I think they're going to be moving a little different this year, honestly, too. I think they're going to be very confident this year. I think they're going to have like a magical season, to be honest. I don't know if they're going to win it, but I think they'll have a pretty magical season.
Yeah. So this is where the schedule makers didn't do the Chiefs any favors because, this is the gauntlet. This Thursday night game begins the gauntlet. And I don't care what anyone says. No NFL team that went 6-11 deserves this. And no NFL team, right? No NFL team right now has a schedule that has this kind of a stretch in it. We go to Buffalo. We'll probably get our doors blown off, and I'm okay with this. You're not going to win every game. Then the following Thursday night, you go to LA and take on the Rams. Okay? Now, right now, I personally have the Rams winning the Super Bowl. I think they have pushed all the chips to the middle of the table. I love what Sean McVay has done as long as Puka Nacua doesn't ruin himself here by acting stupid, and I don't think he will because he's up for a contract extension, and he wants that bag. He wants more money than JSN, so I think he's going to be an altar boy. All Devontae Adams does is catch touchdowns. Man, this team is so dumb. I don't understand why they took the Ty Simpson. They could have had Mekhi Lemon. They could have really pushed the needle here for this Super Bowl. They still have a great running game. Kyron Williams and Blake Corum is as good as anyone. They have a million tight ends. Dude, Sean McVay will put on the pads and go out there. Chiefs could lose this game too, man. Gauntlet. Really, really tough, right? And then they turn around the following week, and they head to Cincinnati on the road. 3 straight road games versus teams that can absolutely lock and load an AK-47 on you at any given time. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. I don't know if they can win this game. Literally, man, to me, the Chiefs have to go 7-1 at home.
Yeah.
Now, I do think they will get one of these 3. I do not think they'll get more than that. I just don't. I'm a realist. I'm not one of these Homer Chief fans, so I hope they prove me wrong. I've been watching Chief football longer than most of you guys who are watching this, production have been even alive. And so this is going to be a tough game to win, man. In December in Cincinnati, will be cold. I'm really hoping that they push the run game this year for Kansas City and stop with the light air show. And that's over. Tyreek Hill's gone. You know what I mean? Get back to ground and pound. It won you a Super Bowl when you recreated yourself in the middle of the season with Pacheco at the end. You beat a 2 seed and a 1 seed playing this way. Let's get back to playing good defense and running the football. Then they come home, Spencer, after 3 straight games on the road of an absolute gauntlet, and they have the New England Patriots coming in, who, while I still think they're taking a step back this year, dude, they're a good team. They're a good team. A.J. Brown will be there. That will not be an easy game. That will not be an easy game, right?
No.
Let's hope it lightens up, right? How about no? Okay, how about no? Because the San Francisco 49ers are coming in the following week.
All these teams want a piece of the Chiefs too, man. You just know it.
5 straight games of basically being executed and you fighting for your life, right?
Yeah.
And then the week after, it lightens up, right? No, it doesn't. How about we go to LA and play the Chargers?
That's what I'm saying, dude. You're
Oh
just
my
automatically
goodness.
going to have a hard schedule in the AFC West because
Oh
it's just
my
so
goodness.
competitive, man. There's
Oh
nowhere.
my
The thing about
dude.
the Carolina Panthers, they just have those breaks in their schedule. It's like you can't in the AFC West. These are all like, well, not the Raiders, but all these are playoff teams. So you're playing playoff games guaranteed, 4 times a year.
It's
and then
insane.
and then once you run into like a good division, that's just
this is a
it's really tough,
6-game
man.
stretch of literally like, I don't think they're going to lose all 6, but man, I'm hoping they just go 3-3.
I think this is why the AFC West has such a long, good track
My
record of winning
goodness,
Super Bowl.
man.
Dude, it's just iron sharpening iron. Like you gotta you can't even be in the AFC West unless you're a playoff team. You know what I mean?
No.
Like you're not doing nothing unless like that. So it's crazy.
I've said it before, and I'm going to stand on it. The AFC West is the toughest division in football. I know the Raiders suck, and they finished with the Raiders, and that's when they'll finally get
the AFC North is like that too,
hopefully
man.
the bleeding stops because they should be able to sweep the Raiders because I don't think the Raiders are just there yet. But that's a 6-game stretch that no other team in the league has. Nobody. And 3 of them are on the road in a row. And so they gave the Chiefs the early bye. They gave them the cupcakes early to kind of get Mahomes back. I think it almost like gives him another couple of weeks of, not having to kill himself. But in order to win those games, the Chiefs are going to have to bring their A game. And if they don't, they're going to get blown out in some of those games. So that's the Kansas City Chiefs. I have the Chiefs going 11-6. I think they do make the playoffs. I think they do bounce back because they realized that last year on offense, it was the play calling and the no lack of run game, and on defense, they just didn't have the players. They just didn't have the players, and you have drafted a ton of players on defense that are going to make a huge difference. Stopping the run, I love it. They do need another pass rusher. I think that they'll go out and they'll get Cam Jordan, who at 37 years of age did have 10.5 sacks last year. I think maybe even more than that. It still concerns me. Because if you're hoping for another guy at that age to be complimenting Chris Jones and George Karlaftis, I think you kind of missed the mark here. But we'll see what R. Mason Thomas can do. But I don't know how far this Chiefs team can go. But I'm just asking you to just don't embarrass us like you did last year. Just don't embarrass yourself. Guys, you cannot win the Super Bowl every year. Okay? And again, I'm not a homer. I just don't think it's possible. The price of a dynasty is what we're going through right now. And if you can give me 10 wins, I'm going to be happy. I know everyone wants to win the Super Bowl every year. Guys, some of you Chief fans are so spoiled. You forgot what literally it was like before we ascended to where we're at. Tom Brady went 10 years without a ring, guys. 10 years. Pump the brakes. 11-5 on a great day. 10-6 on a bad day. My buddy put a ticket in for me back east. I got this guy that comes into the restaurant all the time. And he always puts tickets in for me. He always asks me what I like. What do you like? What do you like? And I'm like, all right, if I like the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, right? And I put in $25, it's plus $1,600 right now. You would win $442. So if you're a gambling guy, you just want to throw something at the wall and hope it sticks. Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, $20, you're going to get paid. But I don't see them doing much more than that. I have spoken.